No, Madison, dame una oración. Ok, bien. El carro es más rápido que la bicicleta. Muy bien. Ok, otra oración. Aurora, dame una oración. Ok, la bicicleta es más pequeña que, recuerda, if you're talking about the inequalities, you're going to use this formula. Más pequeño que, o menos grande que. Right? Noah, dame una oración.
La bicicleta es más lento que el carro.
Bien, la bicicleta es más lenta que el carro. Did anyone get something that's similar between them? Anybody? Noah.
La bicicleta es tan duro como el carro.
Perfecto, la bicicleta es tan, you said negro?
Negro.
Yeah. Okay, so la bicicleta es tan negra como el carro. So they're the same color, so good, muy bien. Ok, entonces vamos a repasar con un video rápidamente. Vamos a repasar el contenido con un video.
I'm faster than you are.
I agree. That is until you fall down.
Oh. Hey! In English, we make comparisons every day without even thinking about it. Same thing goes for Spanish. So let's get to learning about comparisons.
You've already learned basic comparisons. Más que, more than, and menos que, less than.
Para mí, la biología es más difícil que la geometría.
Creo que bailar es menos popular que correr.
Some commonly used comparisons are mayor que, older than, menor que, younger than, mejor que, better than, and peor que, worse than. Ella es mayor que nosotros. Somos menores que usted. Soy mejor que ustedes.
Now, if we're comparing two things that are the same, we can do it with tan plus an adjective plus como. Here's how to use it in a sentence.
Levantar pesas es tan divertido como correr.
Just insert the adjective in between tan and como. For instance, if Pedro is as hard working as Susana, we say Pedro es tan trabajador como Susana.
We use tanto plus noun plus como when making comparisons of equality with nouns. But don't forget that tanto agrees in gender and number with the noun that follows it.
For example, if we are saying fish cost as much money as dogs, we would say, los peces cuestan tanto dinero como los perros. Now let's say she has as many dogs as Ana. Tiene tantos perros como Ana.
Now it's time to show me what you've learned with the quiz.
Complete the sentences with tan, tanto, tanta, tantos, or tantas.
Pedro
es blank amable como Juan. Caroline, how would you complete it? Tan? Yep. Pedro es tan amable como Juan. Bien.
amable como Juan.
If you said tan, you're correct.
Alberto trabaja.
Madison. It's an adverb. So if it's adverb or adjective, you're gonna use the first one here. because it's still a comparison based on equality. So you will say still, what was that you said? Tantos? No, you're gonna use tan for this one, because it's still telling you that it's faster, right? That's Alberto is as fast as them, right? So it will be Alberto trabaja tan rápidamente como ellos. Tan rápidamente como ellos.
Rápidamente como ellos.
Dan, kudos.
Imelda tiene.
So now this one is about quantity, right? It's about quantities. It's talking about the amount of shoes the person has. So what would you use for this one? Delaney? Tantos, ¿verdad? Imelda has tantos zapatos como ustedes. Okay?
Zapatos como ustedes.
That's right, it's tantos.
And last but not least, tú tienes that.
What about this one? It's talking about tarea. ¿Qué es la tarea? ¿Qué es la tarea? Homework. So it's talking about the amount of homework. So what would you say? Tanta, ¿verdad? It would be tanta because it's singular and feminine. But if it was singular, like if it was tareas with the S, then it would be plural feminine. So it would be tantas, right? So it would be tú tienes tanta tarea como Eugenio, right?
Tarea como Eugenio.
Tanta, you got it.
Okay. Entonces, te voy a dar. Ok, so te voy a dar los apuntes para hace tiempo expressions, right? So if I'm asking you, how long has been something going on, right? ¿Hace cuánto que estás in Cornwall Academy? How long have you been in Cornwall Academy, right? And it will also give you the way in which you are going to answer those questions, right? So we'll practice this one really quick. And then we'll. So this is for hace plus time expressions. Okay, so you're gonna use this expression to ask or to answer, right, to hace, right, time expressions. So to ask how long something has been going on, you use cuánto tiempo, right? You're gonna start your question with cuánto tiempo, and then it says hace, you're gonna erase, I mean, not erase, but with a pencil, I mean, we're not gonna use that first hace, you're not gonna use the first one. It will just have to be like this, cuánto tiempo plus hace que plus the verb, okay? So you can correct that on your notes, because you have cuánto tiempo hace plus hace que, right? Hace twice, so you just need the one after the plus sign. So it will be cuánto tiempo plus hace que plus the verb. It can be in the present tense, but it can also be in the preterite. But right now we haven't gone over preterite, so we're just gonna use the present tense. And then to answer, you're gonna say hace, and then you're gonna tell me the period of time. So hace 5 días, hace un mes, hace un año, hace 2 días, hace un fin de semana que estudio en Caldwell Academy o participo del club de reciclaje, right? So you're telling me how long have you been doing something. Your question is usually, you're gonna have cuánto tiempo plus hace que plus the verb in the third person singular, if you're asking you, right, you're asking, for example, I'm asking Caroline, so it would be, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que bailas? So it will be the third person singular. Bailas, right? And then hace 5 años que bailo. In the first person singular, right? In the present tense. Where's my- So if you need to write anything. So we're gonna write the meaning of, you're gonna write this list of words, right? And you're gonna write the meaning right next to them. Por ejemplo, these are words that will help you tell or talk about the length of time you've been doing something. So if you wanna say unas horas, hours, right? So, 1 hora, 2 horas, 3 horas, or just a couple hours, right? So, if you wanna say horas, that's hours, okay? Then you have un día, 2 días, 3 días. Día is days, right? Day. Then you have una semana, 2 semanas, 3 semanas. ¿Qué es semana? ¿Qué es semana? ¿No sabes lo que es semana?
Is that the next day?
Nah, no es eso. Zach. Ok, ¿qué es semana? Week. Gracias, Isabela. Un mes. Cuando hablo de meses, ¿qué es un mes? Un mes. Anyone? Julia? A month, right? Month. So if you want to say, hace un mes atrás que participo del club de ajedrez. Yes.
Also, are we supposed to write those?
Yes, you write these.
Where should we?
Anywhere in your notes. The same notes. So you have, what about año? ¿Qué es un año? Daniel, ¿qué es un año? A year, right? Year. So you can say, hace 5 años que estoy en Caldwell Academy, okay? And then una década, I just wrote it there, but it will be a decade, okay? Una década. Puede decir unas horas, días, semana, mes, año, década.
Would you say semana means?
Semana, week. Una semana. Yeah. Yes. No. ¿Terminaron? Can I move on? Yes. Okay. So dice, practiquemos. We're not gonna write them, we're just gonna say them. Okay? Sure. Okay. Dice, practiquemos. Si te pregunto, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que estás en Caldwell Academy? Caroline, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que estás en Caldwell Academy? Uh-huh. So you use your formula that I just gave you.
I'll say
Hace un mes. Hace un mes que estoy en Caldwell Academy, right? ¿Hace cuánto tiempo que estás en Caldwell Academy? Delaney, ¿hace cuánto tiempo que estás en esta escuela, en Caldwell?
I'll say, so you're asking me like, how long, are you asking me a second question?
I'm asking you, how long has it been since you are in the first one, still the first one. So it's the first one.
I'll say, I don't know.
You don't know how long have you been here?
Oh, like years?
Uh-huh.
11 years.
Okay, entonces you will say, hace,
I'll say,
11. Bien. Hace 11 años. Número 2, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que estás en la clase de español? Madison, ¿hace cuánto tiempo que estás en la clase de español? Hace 2 años. 3, ¿cuánto tiempo hace que vives en Greensboro, Zach?
Hace
16.
This is okay.
Ok. Hace 16 años que vivo en Greensboro, ¿verdad? ¿Y tú, Aurora, hace cuántos años que vives en Greensboro? La misma, the same question. ¿Hace cuántos años que vives en Greensboro? Hace 17 años. Gracias. ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que no vas a un restaurante? ¿Cuánto tiempo hace que no vas a un restaurante? Julia.
Wait, what is that there?
It's asking you how long has it been since you went to a restaurant or that you've not been in a restaurant. For how long?
A week? I don't know how you say
Okay.
week.
Look at your notes. How do you say week?
Oh, una semana.
Okay, so you're gonna start your answer with hace, right? Like you have it on your formula there, on your notes. Aquí mira.
Yeah, okay there.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So how would it sound?
So hace una semana and then
Voy. Hace una semana que no voy a un restaurante. Okay? Bien. And then the last one is, ¿hace cuánto tiempo hace que te enfermas? When was the last time you got sick? ¿Cuándo fue la última vez que te enfermaste? Daniel. Hace 3 meses te enfermaste. Ok. Isabela, ¿hace cuánto tiempo que te enfermas? Que no te enfermas o que te enfermaste. ¿Cuándo fue la última vez? Hace 6 meses. Ok. Gracias. Ok. So that's for that. Hoy día vamos a comenzar un proyecto. Te voy a dar las instrucciones. Okay. Y después we'll go over them. Okay. So, primero te voy a dar las instrucciones y después te explico lo que tienes que hacer. No, it's the same one. I mean, it's different ones. I'm sorry. Yeah, they're different ones. Is it 1 and 2? Look. Okay. Okay. Entonces, dice, comparison project. So for this comparison project, you're gonna use your equality, right? So if you're referring to an adjective or an adverb, right? Like rápido, rápidamente, lento, lentamente. If you're referring to something that's countable, right? That you can count, right? That you can measure. So that's tantos autos como, tantos estudiantes como, tantos ciudadanos como, right? And then these are for inequalities, right? So this is to tell me what's different about 2 people, 2 countries, 2 civilizations. I mean, just 2, right? The difference. This one here is when you're talking about more than 2 people, more than 3 people, right? 3 people or more. So if you're comparing 3 people or more, you're gonna say el mejor, el peor, el mayor, el menor. right? Now, if you're comparing two people, you're gonna use this here. But if you're comparing 3 or more, you're gonna use the ones on the bottom, okay? So it says, a summary, choose a topic, gather information, and create a final product in Spanish with 10 comparisons. So you're gonna use all your formulas here. So you're gonna use your comparisons, right? More than, less than, better than, worse than, as much as many as, okay? And then it says, after the final product is created, you will be presenting information about this topic to the class. So it's a 2-part project. So you have your written part, and you're also gonna have your presentation. Now you have a few options for your comparison, and I'm gonna add one more to this one. So you can compare 2 Spanish-speaking countries, right? So you can compare 2 Spanish-speaking countries. You can compare two famous sports or players in Spanish-speaking countries, all right? You can compare Incas versus Aztecs, right? Los Aztecas versus los Incas, or you can compare the Day of the Dead versus Halloween. Okay, so you have those two. That's an option you don't have here, but you can also use. So you can compare Halloween versus the Day of the Dead, right? The Day of the Dead, that's a tradition in most of the Latin American countries. Okay, so what's the difference? You can compare, you can tell the differences, you can tell the similarities, right? And then it says requirements. So writing, language, you have to have 10 comparisons using phrases practiced in class. So you're gonna use your more than, less than, as many as, right? The least, the most, right? So then it says one should be your opinion of the topic. So one of those 10 sentences, you're gonna have to have your opinion of that certain topic. So for example, in my opinion, so if you're comparing 2 countries, Spain is better than Argentina. So you don't, it's not gonna be, it's not that one slide or that one comparison you choose. It's not gonna be based on a fact. It's gonna be based on your opinion. So I think this one is better than this one because, right? Or this one is worse than this one because, or this is as good as this one because. So one of your comparisons, one of your 10 comparisons is gonna be based on your opinion, okay? Then it says, use at least 4 different comparative phrases and at least one using quantity. So you have to have one that requires the quantity, right? So, and that's the quantity, right? So, tantos ciudadanos como citizens. So you can say this country has as many citizens as this country, right? And that's when you're gonna be using the countable, the tanto or tantas, right? So it's something that you can count. Then it says, and it gives you an example there, right? And then it says presentation. So it could be a Google slide or a poster. Let's do a Google Slides. So it's gonna be a Google Slides presentation, okay? It has to be neat, clear presentation with pictures on each slide to aid with comparisons. Presentation practice, professional, and good pronunciation, okay? You will also need to turn in your pre-writing outlines with your presentation, okay? So you can write it on a piece of paper first, make sure you have everything you need, and then you can start working on your Google Classroom, on your Google presentation, okay? So step 1, gather information. Step 2, look up important vocabulary in Spanish and decide phrases to use. Step 3, write your comparisons in Spanish for teacher to review. So that's one of the things I need to look for. And step 4, create presentation on Google Slides with comparisons and images, okay? And then your rubric is on the back, right? It says write a written part, and then you have your presentation. For your presentation, it has to be memorized, right? Memorized. There will be a deduction of 10 points for each slide that is not memorized. So 10 points for each slide that is not memorized. Okay? Questions? No questions? Okay.
Actually, yeah. Lucas, when is this due?
This is due, so we have today. Presentation will be due next Thursday. So next Thursday is presentation. When is next Thursday? What day? Well, actually, we'll just do presentations next Friday. Okay, so Friday next, what day is Friday? I need a calendar.
It's the 9th.
The 9th, okay. The 9th, so the 9th is presentation, and you have 3 days to work on your project. So 3 class periods, okay? So you have 3 class periods to work on this project, okay? Now, if I see that we need extra time, this is something I haven't done before with another class, so, this is my time range now, but it might, if I see that you guys have been working diligently and you still need extra time, I'll give you the extra time, okay? So, as you complete your work, it says, so you receive 2 other pages, right? It says, gather information, step 1, right? This is to gather your information, okay? So it says, my topic is, so you're gonna write what topic you chose. So if you chose 2 countries that you wanna compare, tell me the name of the 2 countries. So you're gonna say Argentina versus Uruguay, okay? And then it says, information, look up information about these 2 topics in English. So you're gonna look up the information in English that can be used as a basis for creating comparisons, right? So you need at least 10 points of information to compare. Example, I am comparing population, right? So then you're gonna say population and what 2 topics you can compare about the population, okay? You're comparing food, right? The food. What 2 topics you can compare about the food, or 2 things you can compare about food, okay? And then on the bottom it says, well, this one says, look up important vocabulary in Spanish and decide phrases to use. Using the information that you research, decide important words that you will need to look up in order to make your comparisons. For example, if I'm comparing population of Spain and Argentina, I will look up for words such as personas, which means people, right? Or population, which means población, okay? Go to wordreference.com. That's an online dictionary you can use to find out the meaning of words, or you can raise your hand if you have any questions to look up your words. And it says decide on at least, we'll just do 10 words. You don't have to do 15, but 10 words that you can use for your comparisons, okay? And all this one, in your draft, I guess, is that how you say it? Your rough draft? Yeah, those will be due the day of the presentation, okay? Preguntas. ¿Tienes preguntas? ¿Alguna pregunta? So dijimos que la presentación, the presentation is due next Friday, the 9th. Friday the 9th. And your Google Slides and all your papers are due. So we'll start today. We'll do so at the end of the class next Tuesday, okay? But if I see that we need extra time, I want to give you the extra time, okay? Preguntas? ¿No? Ok. Puedes sacar la computadora y puedes empezar a trabajar. Sí.
Can I get in the back?
Yes. Oh, Brady, you go after Julia, okay? 'Cause I forgot and I just told her yes. research, decide if you wanna compare two countries, two teams, two soccer teams, right? Or if you wanna do Halloween versus El Día de los Muertos, or Incas versus Mayas, right? Oh, Incas versus Aztecas, never mind, no Mayas. Ready? Okay. Talk about the music, the food, dances, population, yeah, that's